guys. I'm gonna let it notify everybody. I didn't send out an email. I forgot to send out an email, so it might take a minute. Hi, welcome. We're going to be doing 3-minute Etsy audits today, so I'm so excited. And I'm basically going to be going over shops that have submitted their shop to get reviewed by me, and I'm going to do a quick little 3-minute audit where I'm going to be looking at an overview of the shop and making suggestions on what I see to hopefully help make it even more awesome. So I'm super excited about that. And if you're in my Facebook group today, thank you so much for such a great launch day. I launched something new for my Facebook group today. So if you're in that Facebook group, thank you so much again for such a great launch day. I'm so excited about everything that we have going on. And yeah, so let's jump in. And a few things first. Everyone's always asking how to get their shop on the audit list. And there's an application for that in my bio. So if you click link in my bio on the freebie option, there you can click and be added to the list. And I just do them in the order that I receive them. So keep tuning in every week and I will get to yours. And I'm going to be using 3 different websites throughout the tonight's live, and so I will list all of those on my screen for you because I always get a lot of questions about what those websites are. So I'm going to be using Marmalade, which is my for all the SEO research I'm going to be putting up on the screen for you. I'm going to be using the Allura Google Chrome plugin to spy on people's tags. This is public data. You don't have to use Allura to do that, but I'm going to be using that tonight. And then I also have I might be using Still Samurai for a few things as well. So those are the ones I'm going to be using tonight. And I'm going to flip my screen around and let's jump in. Oh, and by the way, I have a fever. So my husband, right before I started this, he's like, I'm feeling kind of out of it. And anyways, he's like, you have a fever. So I just took some Advil, but if I seem kind of out of it, I'm not feeling 100%. But hopefully that Advil kicks in. I'm a little feverish right now. I'm going to show you guys this again. Oh, and at the end, I'm going to be doing a live Q&A. So any questions that you think of, I'm going through, stick them in the comments, and I'm going to go through all of them after. And then I also do have a moderator on here tonight to answer any questions at the same time as well, because I'm not going to be looking at it while I'm talking, but I will after. Okay, I'm going to flip my screen around really quick. Oh, they moved it. They updated that. Where is it? No, they've moved the flippy thing. Do you see that? Am I crazy? How do you flip the camera now? You see that? It used to be right here. Unless it's that? No. Oh, no, that's not it. Am I crazy? Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. It like doesn't want you to flip the screen anymore. Am I crazy? I'm like, I need support. What is this?
Where is it?
Anybody else have this problem? Oh, look under enhancements. Okay, let's see. Oh, thank you. You were right. Thank you. Marjorie saved the day. And then again, if you want to add your shop to the list, that's going to be on the link in my bio. Okay, so before we jump in, thank you so much again. These are the words that I don't recommend using on your titles and tags, but I think using them as part of long tail alternatives is totally fine. When you are making your titles and tags and descriptions, I really want you to think of what exact phrases are people going to type in to Etsy to find my product. So, that's going to be really important. These ones you can see are very common ones. I see people use these a lot, and it's wasted space just because people probably aren't going onto Etsy and typing in one of these words to find your product. If you're selling digital invitations, they're probably not coming onto Etsy and typing in just the word digital or just the word printable, right? So let's free up that real estate for something that's going to get you found even better. And I want to show you this too really quick. You can see here that all of those ones I just showed you are incredibly competitive. See that red? Some of them are also under search. So these words really aren't serving us. I'm going to go back to this page really quick. So Marmalade is what I'm going to be doing all the SEO research in. You can see it here. And then the Allura is how I'm going to be spying on people's tags. And so you're going to see me click this right here. That's the Allura. And then if you want to add your shop to the list, I haven't updated this. I used to have you email my support team to add you to the list, but now it's actually just a link in my bio. So those are all options. Oh, and I also have full audits available as well in my bio. Let's dive in. So we're going to start out with, hello, Megan, with this beautiful shop, Happy and Beyond, darling. And we're so excited for you because you're a top shop for gifts. We love that for you. I really love your branding, and I think you have a really good thing going here with your subheading. I think you can make it even more specific. But I don't know the SEO on this, so that might be a really good one too. But awesome job. I love seeing your incentive offer right here. This is the announcement bar, and you guys see how she has this incentive offer. It's giving them a reason to purchase. We love that. And I love that it's a code because she can now track that. So every time someone uses this code, she knows that they found that code in her announcement bar and that her announcement bar helped drive that sell, which is just important and good to know. She has section titles here, which are perfect. We love to see that. Here's a quick look at the shop. Very cute. Oh, that's cute. I've never seen that before. That's really cute. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this, and I pulled this up right before I was going to go live, and I was like, these are so darling. Like, I will be ordering some of these. These are just so cute. I love these. Okay, great job at your listing photos, showing this size, showing them on, showing them very aesthetic, very good pictures. Awesome. Now, one thing I want you to add is while you have your phone out and you're taking these pictures, or it looks like you might have used a DSLR, but when you were using your phone, now just take your phone and do a little video. So it's a 5-second minimum. So just do a quick little 5-second video, and it can just be you taking your phone and like showing the up close of them like this, kind of like a waving back like this, anything like that. I could show you holding it in their hand, a quick little clip of it on your ear, anything like that, because Etsy's prioritizing listings with videos, and their new platform is really pushing video. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. 54% of users prefer listings with videos. We love that. So we definitely want to take advantage of that, and I think it's just going to help your listing convert even better. I always recommend adding a check out the shop for more listing as well. Etsy says that the more listing photos you have, the more success that listing has. And so I was going to show you really quick, actually all of you guys, let me see. Oh, I lost it. Dang it, did I X out of it? Oh, here it is. Okay. You can add something like this. So visit the shop for more kind of thing, like this. So that's kind of a fun little slide that any shop can put in, and you can also put like an incentive offer in it too as well. So I always recommend throwing one of those in there, and you can also do like a how to use slide, and you can also do a like where's the other one? Oh, I think that's all of them. So those are some ideas of additional slides that you can add if you'd like as well. But very cute. Now let's dive into the SEO. So Etsy tells us in their seller's handbook that they want the titles, tags, and descriptions to match the best they can. Oh, you're a rare find. We love that for you. Okay. So when people come into Etsy and they search for your product, they're probably not typing in cookies and cream dangle earrings. I think this cookies and cream is super cute, but it's not going to help you get found in search. So I recommend taking that out of your title and moving it to either your listing photo or just putting it in your description and saving this valuable real estate for things that are going to help you get shown up in search. Let's take a look. So we want our titles and tags to match the best we can. So it looks like these are doing pretty good at matching. Gift for her is incredibly saturated keywords. So I try to stay away from that one. I don't know about cookie earrings or anything like that, but it looks pretty good. Let's check out your description. See, I think this is cute. I think that's perfect to put in your description. Great job having the details bullet pointed, easy to see right off the bat. Awesome. You could probably take this out if you want. People don't read any like paragraphs or anything. I like this. That's awesome. Looks great. I love how you have everything bullet pointed. You even put your socials at the bottom, and you copied and pasted your title at the bottom as well. We love that. Perfect. Great job. So I would keep up the great work and just really make sure that whatever you're putting in that title space are things that are getting searched. So instead of doing, hearts, cookies and cream, or developer fuel sticker, things like that, people probably aren't searching. So really focus on knowing what people are searching to be able to show up in that search. And I recommend using Marmalade to find those. This is how I do all of my personal SEO research. Pull this up really quick. And so I basically just go down. Let's give this a second to load. If you guys come on live with me, you guys know that every time I go on live, this takes forever. So you can see that clay earrings are pretty saturated. There's a lot of competition. It looks like February was a great month to sell them though. So let's go look and see. So when you scroll down to the bottom, you're going to see similar shopper searches and you're going to see long tail alternatives. And those are the kind of things that I'd be looking at to be able to see if there's any better alternatives. So instead of like clay earrings, maybe I would use something over here. Obviously a lot of those don't have anything to do with it, but you can see that some of these have a lot better competition rate, searches, engagement, as well as down here, there's some alternatives as well. So those are things that I would be looking at while I set up my titles and tags. Great job. I'm so excited for you. This is really cute. I really think narrowing down your SEO is what's really going to make a huge, huge difference for you. Okay. And again, I'm sorry if I'm shaky. I literally have a fever right now. I'm like, I don't feel my best, but we're going to keep plugging on. I'm hoping that Advil kicks in. My daughter was really sick 2 weeks ago. I mean, if you remember, he was, or I had to cancel my live because my daughter was sick. I think I caught whatever she had. Okay, hello, Jamie. This is Kingma Vintage Co. Okay, great job having your section title. I recommend, oh, you do have your incentive offer here. We love that, perfect. Let's see here, you got your section titles, perfect. We love to see it. So what I'm seeing here is that there's a wide range of products going on. Let's see, I'm seeing mostly, there's like some media kits, some Instagram templates, some wedding invitations, some shirts. So I think having such a wide variety of products in your shop can actually end up working against you just because the SEO can't rank you as well because your whole shop is not all in sync. So I recommend just focusing on one of these and really nailing that SEO in for that and then creating other shops with the other products. I just think that it would perform even better for you in that way. But I think you did a good job getting this very like aesthetic boho kind of flat lay. I do recommend using the canvas shadow feature. It really, really takes the listings to the next level and makes them look more high quality when you do that. The listing or the canvas shadow. If you guys don't know how to use the canvas shadow feature, put a comment below. I can show you guys that at the end as well. But this is great. And then I do recommend if you feel like you aren't having, like if these ones aren't selling or you're not seeing the sales that you'd like to see, I recommend changing your listing photos up. And just because you're only testing one listing photo right now, you always want to test as many listing photos as you can to see which one performs better. So do one like this, then do one with a different background and just kind of see which one performs better. I do see that you kind of went a little bit different one right here, so that was great. Just keep trying on different things and see what if anything performs better, etc., things like that. Okay, let's pull this up. Oh, did I exit out of it? Exit out of it. There we go. Okay, so okay, yeah, we always want our titles and tags to match. So let's see, I don't see a ton of matching, but let's pull it in. I'm going to put it into Sales Samurai really quick because I'm super out of it and this one's going to do it for me. So here's all the tags and you can see the search volume next to it. So these two aren't getting you any traffic. So I would say just take those ones out because they're not getting searched in Etsy. And then let's take a look. So you can see that most of your tags aren't in your title or your description. So I definitely recommend matching these the best you can. There is that 20 character limit that we're stuck to with our tags. So just do the best you can, but I think you could do even better and take your listing to the next level just by matching up your titles and tags and descriptions a little bit more. And then let's see, I'm sure you did. Yeah, always copy and paste your title into your description. The official recommendation is to do your keywords in the top of your description. I always say to top and your bottom, or at least the bottom if you don't want it at the top. I personally do mine mostly at the bottom. I would take away all of this because people won't read it. It's like a scientific fact. Like people don't read anything longer than like, I think it was like 10 words or something like that. So I would definitely take all of this out and This is perfect. This is perfect. Bullet pointed. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. So make sure you copy and paste your title into your description so that you have that. And then I also recommend adding like your no refund policy, things like that. But perfect. Oh, wait. Oh, no, you don't have it. Yeah. I would definitely put like no refunds right there. Perfect. And then is this, you said this is a Canva template or is this a oh, it is a Canva. Okay. Yeah. So you could even put that like the Canva logo on here as well. So people know right off the bat that they can edit it in Canva. But yeah, perfect. I would definitely focus on testing other listing photos, using that shadow feature and really diving in on that SEO to make sure everything's matching the best you can, and double checking those keywords and make sure that they have some search volume. So let's look this up. Let's look up a retro invitation template. Let's check this one out. What do you guys think? Under search, I'm guessing low search volume. No, I'm guessing, oops, I just did the same thing. Dang it. Oh, I didn't copy it apparently. So for retro invitation, I'm thinking it's going to be low search volume, low competition is what I'm guessing. Let's see. And this kind of gives you a good visual of what to look for when you are looking for your listing photos. So yes, perfect. Low search volume and low competition. So this means that this phrase doesn't get searched very often. And when it does get searched, people don't typically purchase from that search. So this isn't a keyword that I would use just because it's not really going to bring, at least this data doesn't show us any proof that it will bring us a sale. So I would double check and go through all of those and see if there's anything better that you could switch them out for, and I think that could take you to the next level. I also recommend adding a listing video. You can always do that with Canva animation. If you don't know how to use Canva animation, put a comment below and I can also do a tutorial with that. So great job though. I think you have a really good aesthetic, and I think just making those few little tweaks are gonna make a huge difference. And just like for anybody out there too, like if you feel like you aren't seeing success on whatever you are selling, just try switching up your listing photos and then your SEO and play around with those two things. If you know it's a trending product, you know it's something that is working on Etsy in general, I really feel like playing with those two things can really make a huge difference. Hello, Luna productivity. So I recommend switching this subheading out with something that's more specific, because people aren't coming into Etsy and typing in like just art or business or spirituality as much. So I would definitely switch it out to be something more specific to whatever you're selling. So it looks like right now you're selling a lot of Etsy branding. So that's what I would put right here, Etsy branding kit, something like that. And then your announcement bar right here is empty. So I recommend adding some sort of incentive offer right there. If you don't want to offer incentive, even just something with your keywords in it is great. We want those keywords all over our account. Okay. And then good job having your section titles. Perfect. Okay. And and awesome. You see this? She has her Etsy about section filled out. We love to see that. So Etsy says that they want to see shops fill out the about section. So that's super important. Sorry, bumped something. So that's super important to have on your shop so that you don't get shut down. All right, let's take a look at this really quick. Again, I recommend adding the shadow. Oh my goodness, sorry guys, I keep bumping something. Hopefully you can see. So this is the another example of where I recommend adding that shadow. Again, if you need a tutorial on that, let me know. I can show you really quick. I think it's a great job putting your Canva disclaimer in there. Perfect. Awesome. I always recommend adding a listing video as well. Let's take a look at this. I'm thinking that a lot of this, this definitely has low search volume. Like people probably aren't typing in purple fun Etsy banner kit. So I would take that purple fun part out. I'm not sure about the SEO on Etsy branding kits. We could pull it up for funsies. And then let's take a look at your titles and tags really quick. We always want titles and tags to match the best we can. Sorry guys, I'm moving. Okay, so yeah, you can see here, right, I would take out a lot of these things like light purple, purple and white, purple Etsy banner, fun Etsy banner. People aren't going to be searching these, so I would go ahead and take all of those out. I'd probably take off these two as well. And this one is really saturated as well. So I would definitely take another look at your SEO, because I think that's the biggest thing working against you right now is your SEO. And the nice thing about SEO is that you can make those changes and see immediate results. Those immediately push out into Etsy again. So it's pretty cool. So it looks like Etsy branding kit's a pretty good product to sell. It's getting good searched, good engagement. Engagement means that after someone made this search, they then also made a purchase. So they typed in Etsy branding kit and made a purchase from that search. So we love that. If it has good searches and low engagement, it means that they typed in that search, but then they didn't buy anything. They typed in a different search to go buy. So you do want to keep an eye on that as well. And it's pretty low competition. So it seems like it's a good product to sell. It seems like it's popping right now too, and projected to do well next month as well. And so there are some, this one's kind of harder to find, the SEO keyword. I think I have looked at this one before. So I would just double check, go in here and really dive in here. You could even do things like small business marketing, things like that to try to find other keywords. So yeah, I would definitely go through all of that. Let's pull this up and then just make these match the best you can. Good job. Perfect. Yeah, and then after you make all your SEO changes, then just switch out your title and put it back in your description, the new one. And then just keep adding new products. 8 products is still pretty small, so you always want to be adding new products as often as possible to start seeing those sales come in. Great job, though. Keep up the great work. Okay. So, I'm all over the place, you guys. Here's some blacklist of words again. These are just words that I don't recommend using in your titles, tags, and descriptions because they are really saturated, and so they're kind of working against us. Hello, Alicia with Arabella Crystals. That's a cute name. Star Settler, we love that for you. Awesome. She's got her subheading here, very clear what she's selling. Perfect. I recommend adding an incentive offer right here. I think any extra reason to get somebody to purchase works, and I'm always surprised at how many people actually use my incentive offer from my what's this called? Announcement bar. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I gotta get a drink real quick. Okay. Great job having your section titles. You guys would be surprised how many people don't put section titles, and it's such a missed opportunity because this is such a great way to add more SEO to your account. Here's what we got here. Great, very clear pictures, very easy to see, good lighting. We love that. I'm just gonna click on this one at the top. I love lavender. I love it. Okay, so I can see here, this is a great picture. And if you have a listing, this goes for anybody. If you have a listing that is selling often, is getting you sales, don't touch it. That means the listing is working, so we don't want to mess with the ones that are selling often right now. If you want to play around with different options, then duplicate the current listing and make changes to the duplicate. But you don't want to mess with a well-performing listing, just leave it there. So if any of these listings are performing well, just leave them there. But if you want to play around with new ones, then that's awesome. I always recommend adding more listing photos because just Etsy tells us that the more listing photos you have, the better chance at a sale you have. So I recommend as many listing photos as you can. And then while you're taking your picture, I just want you to take your phone and do a little video of your product because Etsy's really pushing video. And then you can even hold one of these in your hand, kind of show the size next to your hand. Anything that's going to be a quick little video. The video doesn't have sound. It's a 5-second minimum, so it can just be pretty short, but listing videos are going to be huge as they are really pushing to that vertical format. The new Etsy app is basically making it like TikTok experience where people are going to scroll through Etsy listing videos and shop for products that way. So having those vertical listing photos in place are just going to make it so that when that becomes more mainstream, your products are ready to go versus your competitors. So we love that. Looks good on this. Let's check out your tags. So it looks like you only have 5 tags. You always want to have all 13 tags. That's 13 chances to show up in search. But again, if this listing is performing well for you the way it is, then don't touch it. But if you want to see if something else might perform better, then definitely feel free to play around with it. I would definitely recommend adding all 13 tags. This is a lot of words and people just don't read these. So I recommend anything with your in your description to just bullet point it. Just keep only the pertinent information, bullet point everything, and then anything in here that you really want to call out that you feel is like really important as for like the purpose of it and what it benefits. I would put that in a picture, just make a picture in Canva and make that one of the slides to point out all the benefits. And I actually think that's a great idea. If I was new to the crystal cleansing herb thing, I would love a slide that said, hey, this is what this is good for. This is what this can help with. I think that would really help convert sales. So those are some recommendations I have for you. Great job, though. I think you're doing awesome, and your pictures and your lighting and stuff are awesome. Okay, let's go back. And I always recommend, you can always do this call to action slides. This is what I call to action slide, which is just saying, hey, visit the store for more. It's a way to get just an extra listing picture in there. And you could also put like an incentive offer here as well. So that's just kind of an idea of something I always recommend, because it's super easy to create one of those in Canva and adds that extra photo. And maybe they will think, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to click over to the shop. Okay, pull this up. Hello, Fabiola. Oh, I hope I didn't say your name wrong. I recommend adding your profile picture, because Etsy wants to see your profile picture and your policies and about section filled out so that you don't get shut down. So I'd really be careful and add that as soon as possible. You're a star seller. We love that for you. I definitely recommend switching out this subheading to make it something a little bit more SEO friendly, because people aren't coming into Etsy to search this. So let's switch that out to have some of those keywords for products that you're selling. Your announcement bar is blank, so I always recommend adding announcement bar, then incentive offer. Good job having all of your section heading. You have a huge variety, which we love to see. And if this kind of look, if you ever see a shop with this, it just means that they pay for the Etsy the upgrade, the Etsy Pro thing. So if you want your listing photos to have these two big ones at the front, then that's what that's how to do that. Okay, I'm gonna click on this one because I love rose gold. Perfect. Okay, let's click through here. See, I love this. This is what when we're looking at the other shop, I think having a little a slide with all this info, like what it helps with and stuff, is really powerful. So I definitely love that you have that. And you have lots of different pictures. Beautiful, good lighting. Awesome. Now, same thing as last video, or as my last shop I was showing you. I want you to just take your phone. Let's see, this one is vertical. Yeah, this looks like a phone. And so just take your phone, and while you're holding your phone, just go over your product like this, kind of pan over it, zoom into it, show it next to something for size, anything to add that listing video in. Perfect. Looks good. We always want our titles and tags to match the best we can, and our descriptions. Let's put it into Sales Samurai, because it's going to do this on auto for us. Okay, here it goes. So let's try. Okay, so here's all the tags. And then you can see right here, it's going to say, okay, was that tag also used in the title and the description? And this is telling us that you only actually used one of these all the way across. So I recommend adding as many as you can of these into your titles and descriptions. Always copy and paste your title into the description. It's super easy to do, and it just makes sure that you have those in your description for sure. Let me find your description. Perfect. I like that the details are very easy to see right here. And then again, the same as last time, most people won't read this. So anything that you really want to call out to their attention, put it in bullet points like this with headings, and or add it to your listing pictures as well. Perfect. I think really diving into all of that and really making your SEO match up even more is going to be a huge, huge part of having success on, even greater success on Etsy. Awesome. Oh, guys, look at it. 20 people have that one in your cart. We love that for you. Congrats. Okay. These are my blacklisted words. Words I just say don't use in your titles and tags and descriptions because they're taking up space. You can see here they're incredibly saturated. So let's switch them out for something else. Okay. Hello, Nicole. Top shop for gifts. That's amazing. Printable planner covers, dividers, and inserts. Perfect. Very specific to what she sells. She has her incentive offer right here. Amazing. She has her section titles. Here's what we have. We were doing planners. Perfect. I think one of the big things, let's see, your last dated. So I think the biggest thing for you is adding more products, because 9 products is just so few products to actually show up in search. So the number one thing I recommend is just start adding as many products as possible, as often as possible, and really focus on just getting the amount of listings you have increased. Okay, let's dive into this. Pretty good. I don't know how these ones, this is the actual planner. Okay, perfect. I think honestly putting this on like a flat lay like you have here makes it a little even stand out even more. Perfect. And she has a shadow. That shadow adds so much. Beautiful. I love this. Any digital shop, I recommend having a slide like this. And perfect. Okay, let's get their tags. Looks pretty good. I don't know any of these off the top of my head. Do you want to look at any of these? If you guys want to see any of these looked up, tell me in the comments. Okay, let's see. Let's look at classic. Let's just do Rainbow Weekly Desk. Let's see. How often do you think that one's getting searched? I'm gonna guess low search volume, low engagement, low competition. What do you guys think? Oh my goodness, this one's taking extra low. There we go. Yep. Low searches, low engagement, and low competition. So that's not a keyword that I would personally use. So I recommend trying to switch that out with something else. You can see like this desk weekly planner instead has a lot better searches, a lot better engagement, and still not competitive. So that's something I would use versus that one. So I recommend just typing in all of your keywords into Marmalade and double checking them. Marmalade is paid. I want to say it's like $19 a month. But they have a free trial and it doesn't take any credit card to use it. I have the free trial linked in my bio as well. And you guys can just go on there, get all your info, and then don't create a paid account if you don't want to. You know, just use the free trial, get all your keywords, you know, and if it makes sense to you and you want to keep using it, then that's great too. But if you don't want to, then at least go on there and just get your free trial and get that research for you. Okay. Hello, Caroline. Top Shop forgives. Yay. I think that Advil's kicking in, you guys. I'm feeling a little bit better. Okay, I definitely recommend switching this out with something a little bit more SEO friendly. You can see here that this one, people probably aren't coming into Etsy and typing in this. So we want to make our subheading very specific to what we're selling. So it looks like you're going to be selling invitations. And so I would put like invitations right there, some sort of like editable invitations, personalized invitations, something like that. I recommend taking this out and just putting an incentive offer here. And then good job having your section title. Definitely want to focus on adding new products, and that's going to be the biggest thing right now. I think this is an awesome listing photo. Beautiful. Love this listing video. I think these are such powerful listing videos. This is a screen recording. So if you guys ever want to add a listing video like this, I highly recommend it. I think it's very powerful. I personally use Loom for all of my screen recordings. I'll show you guys what that looks like. You can see here. It's super, super easy. And you just add it literally to Google Chrome. It's like a plugin. And it is so much easier to do screen recordings. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. Okay, so here's another one, how it works. Perfect. Awesome. Lovely. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say you could add, and it's not even required, is something like, hey, check out the shop for more. But again, that's just like a, you know, an add-on if you'd like. This one says only one available, so make sure you switch out your quantity to say that you have that. I always say the top is $9.99. I always recommend adding the top because if it sells out, then you're going to have to manually check your shop every day and renew it, and then you might miss out on sales because it, you know, if it was down while you were sleeping and you missed out. So I always recommend just having that up as high as you can so you don't have to worry about things selling out. Okay, perfect. Let's look at this. See, this is one of those blacklisted words, and then this is a blacklisted word. I don't know about, I'm guessing this one's really saturated as well. I'm like almost 100% positive this one's really saturated as well. So I just recommend really diving into your SEO and finding what words are going to perform even better for you. Sorry, I'll let that one search in the background. All right, let's see if our titles and tags are matching. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, yeah, so a lot of these are super, super saturated. So this is one of our blacklisted keywords. This is a blacklisted keyword. This is a blacklisted keyword. Blacklisted. This one's not blacklisted, but I would still take it out. This is really saturated. So I definitely think diving into your tags and your titles is going to make a huge difference. So you can see here, digital invite is not getting searched very often. This surprises me. Did I spell that wrong? Oh, this is surprising to me. Not very many searches, not very many engagement, and really competitive. So we definitely want to remove this one from titles and tags because it's working against us. Let's see what we have instead. Okay, digital invite. I would say invite. I spelled that wrong. I had to have spelled that wrong. Invite. No. Okay, wow, that surprises me a lot. Okay, so here's some other things. Let's see. We're dealing with a lot of, we can get things in the green, but like low search volume, low engagement. Now I'm like invested in this. I need to know. Digital invitation. Let's see what we got. I mean, this one's still going to be really saturated, but I would expect this one to have high search volume and high engagement. Yeah, there we go. Good search, good engagement, competitive. Okay, that's what I expected from that one. So let's see, we got some other ones down here that aren't as saturated. So here's some good keywords. We're getting a little bit better in competition over here. These ones I would still put on there because they do have good engagement still, even though they don't get searched that often. So I would just come in here and really dive into all of your SEO. This is Marmalade again. Yeah. So this is Marmalade, it's spelled like that. You can get a free trial, link to my about. I recommend just going and typing in all of your keywords because that's really going to be a huge difference for showing up in that search. This looks good. And then always copy and paste your titles to your description. Did I miss that? Okay, I don't see it. But if you don't have it already, make sure you always copy and paste your title to your description. That's just in the Etsy Seller Handbook. They just say that you're more likely to show up in a search if you have the same words in your titles, tags, and descriptions. So really focus on adding more products and diving in on your SEO, and I think that's going to make a huge difference. I have one of my students actually message me that she started her selling digital invitations, and she ended up doing, oh gosh, now I can't remember the number. She did several thousand in her first month, and I don't know what kind of invitations she was selling or anything like that, but I think they are a really great product to sell. All right, hello honey bun cases. I really like your branding. That's cute. That's an awesome font. Very trendy. Buyers are raving. We love that. Trendy phone case accessories, perfect. Okay. I recommend putting an incentive offer here, but she does have a call to action still, which is, hey, go check out my other stuff. So at least she is using the space for some sort of purpose. Okay. Oops. Sorry. And you have your section titles over here. Phone cases, very retro. We love that. 4 people have those in your cart. People like those ones. That's awesome. Very cute. All right, I'm going to click on this butterfly one. I've been I should do the flower one. I've been wearing those flower earrings tonight. Okay, so cute. I've been obsessed with butterflies lately. Oh, that's cool. Is that a digital mock-up or is that you? Oh, that's awesome. So while you're holding it, I recommend doing with your phone, like taking a video of it, so that way you can put a listing video in, because that's really going to be so powerful while you're selling products, especially on Etsy's new platform where they're really prioritizing that video TikTok like experience. Whoops, sorry, hit a button. And you have this right here. I always recommend adding a a slide that's like this, visit the store for more, something like that. I always recommend adding, and then I recommend adding like something next to this to say like what the size is. Anything, like the more pictures the better. It's just going to make them even more sold on your product. But I think that listing video is going to be huge. So I highly recommend putting that listing video in. This looks good. Let's look at your, I would definitely put commas between all of this stuff. Let's see. iPhone case. Let's check that out. And let's see if your titles and tags match. Okay, so it looks like you don't have all 13 tags, so definitely add as many tags as you can. I think it looks like there's some matching going on, but and there is that 20 character limit, which is such a killjoy, but just see if you can match those the best you can, and then copy and paste your title into your description. Let's see. So just copy and paste your title into your description at the bottom somewhere, so that way you can have that SEO checked off. I love how you did the star bullet points. Perfect. A lot of people don't know you can use emojis, so I love seeing those. Perfect. Easy to read. We love that. Let's check this out. iPhone case. Okay, super competitive. Let's see what we have in the alternatives. Here's some alternative ideas. All of these are actually pretty competitive. This one's good. Van Gogh iPhone case. It's a great idea apparently. And let's see, this one. These two are doing really well. Maybe just phone case. I would just dive in here and see what you can find that's going to have even better SEO. This looks like a pretty competitive product to sell, but when you're using social media, like I could see, you guys go follow my girl, Honey Bun Cases on TikTok. When you're using social media, that's so great because you can drive traffic outside of Etsy. When you're selling a really competitive product, social media is the best and the most affordable way to promote your product outside of Etsy, because if it's really competitive, it's hard to get just organic Etsy traffic. So using social media is really going to be the difference in all of that. Here's some good ones. So if I were you, I would take this info, and you could also go into Marmalade and type this in as well and focus on making these to show up even more in search. I do see some like Disney like trademark stuff in there, so definitely stay away from trademark stuff because Etsy is shutting those people down. But awesome. I think SEO and those listing videos is going to be huge. And you can also add all of those listing videos to your TikTok and your other socials. And so it's just extra content for you all the way around. Okay. Oh, and by the way, that website I'm doing all the SEO research on is Marmalade. This is a free trial. I have that linked in my bio as well. Allura is how I'm looking at all the listings. It's a Google Chrome, or sorry, the tags. It's a Google Chrome plugin. And to add your shop to the list, it used to be an email, but now it's just in my bio. So you can go click the link in my bio to add the list. I just do them in the order that I receive them. Okay, hello Arlen. Awesome. I recommend switching this out. People probably aren't searching this in Etsy, so I'd switch that out to be something really specific that people are going to be searching. My phone's like, hey, you're almost out of battery. I'm gonna plug it in real quick. Sorry. Okay. Like affirmation cards or this logo or affirmations FB, so something like that. I would put that right here. And then I recommend switching this out with some sort of incentive offer, but you do have some SEO in there. So if you don't want to do incentive offer, put as many of those SEO words as you can in there, you know. Great job having your section titles. Let's take a look. 3 people have that in their car. We love that for you. Sorry, yawn. Okay. That one seems to be working good. I'm gonna click on these. I would think adding a shadow around these would be really, really powerful. Definitely recommend the shadow. Let's check out your listing video. Oh, that's really awesome. So she did a phone screen record, it looks like, to do that, which is really cool. And I think I'm guessing you maybe have these two. I would test this as the first listing photo as well. So I would duplicate this listing and do one like with this as the first photo and then one with the way you have it right here and just see which one does better. But I think this one's a lot more clear about what it is, what's included. I feel like this one is even better than the original first one that I saw. But good job having listing video. She also showing it in real life, which is incredible. And I think a great thing about doing this is it's another opportunity for you to do a listing video. I love the digital listing video as well, but I think this one's even more powerful. Although people might think that they're getting it like shipped. So if you do put something like this, just make sure you make it really clear that nothing physical will be shipped, and maybe even put that down here so people don't get upset. But if you've never run into it, then maybe that's not an issue. I recommend taking out all of these because anybody could just right click save these or screenshot these and steal these from you without paying for them. If you do, like I could just like right click save this right now and use all of these. If you do want to leave them up, then I recommend adding a watermark, but I would definitely not leave them as is just because people unfortunately aren't always honest. Great job though. Okay, let's look at this. Looks pretty good. We always want our titles, tags, and descriptions to match the best we can. See what our titles or tags are looking at. Pretty good. I would take out print and for her. Those ones aren't doing anything because they're just so saturated. So I always recommend just focusing on as many of the good ones as we can. And let's see. So this one I would definitely take out too. That doesn't get any search volume. Okay. So let's see, we don't have a lot of, you do have some repeated in your description, but it looks like most of what's in your titles not used in your tags. like I've said, like there is that 20 character limit for tags that really, you know, kills the vibe. So just do the best you can and try to get those matched best you can. Great job not having a ton of words here. I recommend always just doing bullet points. Good job having this right here as well. And copy and paste your title to your description. And also I would put like your return, like no returns accepted, stuff like that as well. Great job. Really dive into that SEO. I think the SEO, oh, did we look at that? We were gonna, or was I going to look at that? We'll look at this one really quick. A lot of times when I audit shops, I go in and I look at their SEO, and with a few switches, it is totally different. So it's crazy how like just adding an extra word or taking away an extra word can actually help you show up in search that much better. And like I said, SEO is immediate as well. So this one's getting a little bit more competitive, but it's not there yet. Let's check out what we got. We got some over here. There's not a lot of competition, but we're dealing with a little bit lower search volume. So I would check these out and kind of see what you have, see if you could use any of these better, like good ones in your shop as well. Sweet, okay. And then here's another idea of a slide you could add. All right, hello, Ashley. Star Seller, we love that for you. I recommend taking this out and switching out with something more specific to what you're selling. I see a lot of people do this and put just copy and paste their title or their shop name into their subheading. And this is real estate, prime real estate, to show Etsy exactly what you're selling and rank in the SEO. So when somebody comes in here and they type in like printable signs or, oh, you're shipping these, like birthday signs or whatever, and your shop was right there, Etsy's like, oh, I know exactly what this product has. This shop product is going to rank even higher. I recommend putting incentive offer right here as well. Good job having all your section titles in. It's very cute. All right, I'm gonna click on this one. Legos, very cute. Perfect. So this is a great example of like, she had her phone out and she took that picture and then she ran her phone through. See how easy that was? This is just a 5-second video, just kind of zooming in, zooming out, showing it on. It's so powerful. It shows exactly what the buyer is going to get. It really helps them visualize what that product would be like in their home, in their life, in their event. So powerful. It's going to be great on the new Etsy platform as well. So 10 out of 10, we love to see that. Perfect. And you can also add another slide, like a call to action slide of how to use, what your shipping time is, anything like that. More slides the better, but great job. Perfect. Looks pretty good. Let's see if some titles and tags are matching. And again, we are dealing with that 20 character limit. Oops. Oh, shoot, dang. X out of it. That's the one thing about the plugin, the Allura plugin, is if you click out of it, it like exits out. Okay, looks pretty good. I'm guessing this is really saturated. This is really saturated. This is really saturated. I'm not sure about this is saturated. So I think you're dealing with a lot of saturation here, but if you have a listing that's performing really well, then definitely don't touch it. I would just take all of this and put it into bullet points, whatever is the most pertinent, and then copy and paste your title to your description as well. So you always want your title tags and descriptions to match the best you can. And a great way to always make sure that our titles and our descriptions match is just to copy and paste the title into the bottom of the description or the top. Okay, great job. Perfect. And I think a lot of what you're dealing with is, I'm guessing it's a low SEO, because a lot of these are like holiday items that have passed. And so I would definitely, let's see. Yeah, so a lot of these are really specific, like gymnastics banner. So I think another great job at your listing video. I'd really dive into your SEO and just come in and type it in, everything into Marmalade, and kind of see what pops up and see if there's anything. This is so cute. Are you kidding me? Darling. And see if they could get anything even better. Perfect. And that's awesome. When your clients send you photos like that, it's so powerful in your reviews. I love that. Okay. Great job. Okay. All right. Oops, sorry. I'm checking these off as I go. Okay, I'm gonna pull this one up. Okay. Hello, Kaylee. That's a cute spelling. Okay. Top Shop for gifts. So cute. Love your branding. I'm obsessed with these colors right now. I'm pretty sure they're my favorite colors. I would definitely... I like that you have SVG in here and vinyl cutter. I think you could make it even more SEO specific. Great job having your incentive offer. You can see that she has her incentive offer here, and she also linked her socials, which is a great way to try to get traffic to your socials as well. Go follow her at Girl Your SVG Shop on TikTok. And this is also, I think you could remove all of this because people won't see this on mobile because they'll have to click it down. But if you're passionate about having it there, then like do it for sure. I think that this stands out more without this though. But I would put all of that into your shop about section instead of up there. Okay. Great job having all your section titles. This is cute. Oh, 5 people have that in their cart. We love that. Holiday items are the best way to start getting sales fast on Etsy. Is really sink your heels into the current holiday, and people start searching for holiday items 3 to 5 months before the actual holiday. So always want to be looking ahead at what the next holiday is. Like Mother's Day products are already selling and trending right now. So if I was just starting a shop, I would be focusing on Easter and Mother's Day content, and then after that it's going to be, Father's Day, 4th of July, everything. Holidays always perform well. It's never a bad time to do a holiday product. This is super cute, by the way. All right, let's check this one out. And the nice thing about when you do, are you selling, or these are digital, oh, these aren't print on demand. This is a great mock-up, and you can just buy these kind of mock-up photos in Etsy, or I'll show you guys really quick. So if you're selling SVGs or anything and you want to show your mock-ups on these, just go into Etsy, type in t-shirt mock-up, and you can see that there's so many cute mock-ups on Etsy, and you can get a ton of stuff for pretty cheap. Like her mega, bundles, $14, and here's some that are super cute. I love the aesthetic of this one. So these are some ways that you can make mock-ups if you're doing print on demand, or if you are doing SVGs where you're trying to show mock-ups and stuff. This is a great resource to use, and you get to support other Etsy sellers, which we love as well. That one's super cute. Okay, so great job doing that. She's got her listing video. She used Canva animation here. We love it. And you got to think too, if people are scrolling on Etsy in a TikTok like experience looking for things to buy, I think this is really cute. Awesome. She did great at all of her mock-up photos, and she's showing it on another kind of product as well. Very cute. We love that. We love that. She's got her socials. Go give my girl some love. Perfect. All right, let's check this out. I'm guessing all of this has really low search volume. And then this is one of our blacklisted words. And we call it blacklisted because it's super competitive. Oh no, I exited out of the wrong window. You can see here. So we can see those ones are one of these ones that are very competitive. Let's check this out though. I know SVGs are a little bit tricky. I know a lot of people complain about the SEO for SVGs just because it is hard to find. And then I'm gonna guess, we always want our titles and tags to match the best we can. A lot of this stuff is all really saturated, but because you're using social media, it's going to help you overpower the saturation a little bit because you're bringing in your own traffic and not relying on Etsy to bring in traffic. But all of those ones are really saturated. Great job. She copied and pasted her title down to her description. And there's actually more here than there is up here, so you could add more of that stuff to there as well. But great job in doing that. Perfect. That was awesome. All right, let's check this out real quick. So this SVG is that search term is not getting searched very often, and it's not getting good. Just this one's not really doing anything for you in the way of Etsy. I know SVGs though are like a huge one that's hard. I wonder if you could also target things like teacher gift, or you know what I mean? Like what other event could they use that for where you could also use SEO for a rent, or an event like maybe like Christian gift, or Bible camp shirt, things like that. Just a thought. It was really cute though. All right. So I think the biggest thing to have even more success on Etsy would be to really dive into your SEO. Let's check this out. There's some really random SEO that's doing really good right now. Like if you want to sell avocado SVGs, it's a great time, you guys. So those are some ideas. Try to target some specific events. I think the SEO is your biggest thing to work on in the way of Etsy. But again, if you're doing social media, then that's really going to make a huge difference and not needing as much organic traffic from Etsy. The more traffic you bring Etsy, the more traffic they bring you. So it's always a good idea. That's why I recommend Pinterest so much, because if you want to bring in outside traffic, but you don't want to show your face or you're not comfortable doing social media yet, Pinterest is just so easy. You can do it without showing your face. You can do it for free, and it can really help you start ranking in search and bring in that traffic from Etsy. And the nice thing is that pins live forever. So like I created a pin a year ago, and that pin is still bringing me traffic to Etsy. Cool. All right, I'm gonna do a Q&A. If I can flip this. If you guys were here in the beginning, I could not figure out how to flip the camera. Okay. They like moved it. I updated my app and they had like moved where to flip the camera at. So annoying. I couldn't find it. You guys like my earrings? I just got these ones. I think they're so happy. I love seeing these flowers on like some of the designs tonight too. They're so cute. Oops. I'm gonna scroll back up and do a Q&A, and it's not loading. I love that journey for me. Okay, I'm just gonna start with the one that's loading at the top because it's not going all the way up. Okay. Oh, that's annoying. It's like not loading. I'm having all the issues on my live today. My chat's not loading. Okay, well, here's the one that is loading. It says, what digital products would you recommend doing videos? Oh, what about digital products? How would you recommend doing videos? I recommend doing Canva animation for your listing videos. If you were on the live last week, you saw me do that for you guys and show you how to do it as well. And it's super easy. Canva animation you can use for free on their free trial. There are some of the Canva animations that are pro, but you can do a lot of the ones in free. And again, it's super easy, super fast in order to create a quick listing video. I used to be doing all my listing videos horizontal, like my listing photos. But with them really moving towards this new platform where they're going to want it, they're trying to have it be somewhat of a TikTok experience as people scroll through Etsy. I'm really switching all my listing videos to be these dimensions, so that way my listing videos fit really well on the screen for whoever's scrolling. And Etsy prefers people that do listing videos, so I highly recommend investing that time into creating listing videos. I think it will definitely pay off. And they also, like, Etsy's smart. They've spent a lot of time measuring all their analytics, and they've told us like 54% of buyers prefer listings with videos, so we always want our listings to fit into those statistics. So definitely recommend that. And then if you are in my Facebook group, I have the link to, I gave you templates for listing videos. And I think I have like 5 or 6 templates that I use, and those are in the new course that I just released on my Facebook group. The question is, I can never see the tags like you do on these audits. Should everyone be able to see those? I'm using a Google Chrome extension called Allura, and it makes it really, I just like doing it that way, but you can, if you scroll down to the bottom of any listing on Etsy, you can see them just populate right there. Yeah, if you want to add your shop to the list, then there's a link in my bio, and just fill out the application. It'll add your shop to my list, and I just do them in the order that I received them. The question is, what's wrong with all those tags like printable and digital because they're saturated? Yeah, I mean, when somebody comes to Etsy and they're typing and they're looking for your product, like say you're selling an invitation, they're probably not going to come in at Etsy and type in just the word digital. right? They're probably not going to type in digital and just hope that it auto-populates what they're looking for. So I really don't think it's serving you in that way. And it's also very competitive. So not only are people not really searching it for your product, it's also really competitive. So it seems like it's taking up space. It's not going to help you get found. So I recommend trying to prioritize things that are going to get you way more search volume and only using those kind of keywords if you run out of other alternatives. Because I think something else could do much, much better for you. Someone saying, I only have a add photo option. You have a video, at least in the US, I don't know where you're located. I can upload a video on my desktop or on the new Etsy seller app. So you have to download the new Etsy seller app if you wanted to do a upload a listing video from your phone. Oh, yeah, that listing, a lot of people get confused. That it's a Google Chrome plugin called Allura that I use to spy on people's tags. Oh, sorry guys, I start reading these and my contacts are drying out from staring at my screen. The question is, I thought we weren't allowed to add our site or redirect people off of Etsy. You can, Etsy says that you can do that, but you just can't make it more desirable than Etsy. So basically you can say, hey, I have the same product on my website as well. That's kind of saying like, hey, you could buy from either one, but it's not saying, hey, hello Etsy, if you go to my website, it's $10 cheaper to get the sale off of Etsy. So Etsy's like, look, if you want to promote your website on Etsy, that's totally fine. But they just don't want you to try to like cheat the traffic of making people not want to purchase from Etsy, if that makes sense. I have seen people do like a freebie where like when you download the digital product, sorry guys, my eyes itchy. When you download the digital product, I mean, I guess this only works for a digital product, but on the download, they'll say like, hey, check out my website as well, and even have it linked there as well, which makes it really easy for people to click on, which is still totally allowed. And so those are some ideas to get traffic off your Etsy shop into your own website if you want to do that. Question is, if we buy elements like PNGs, clip arts from Creative Market / Design Studio, can the buyer download? So yes, they can. However, if for whatever reason they accidentally like deleted one of the elements, they won't be able to get it back because it's not in the Canva library. I have never tried to do this. Like I haven't sold templates with external elements on them, so I've never run into that issue, but one of my clients or my students did have someone accidentally delete an element, and so she just resent them the template, and if they click the link, it would pop back up. So I don't think it's too big of an issue, just something on the back burner, like, hey, if someone complains about that, that might have been what happened, but I think it's totally fine to do. The question says, do emojis show up for non-Mac users? And I'm honestly not sure on that. I will have to look. I only have Mac devices in my house. So that's a really good point. I will have to find out about that. Question is, does Etsy have where you can create a one-time discount incentive for first-time buyers? I think so. You can set the parameters for what the discounts are for like your first purchase, for a purchase amount of X amount or more. And then they do have some auto coupons scheduled, and it's like I don't think it's for your first purchase. If someone like favorites a product from your shop and then they don't purchase, then you can have Etsy auto send them a coupon code to be like, hey, you left this, you favorited this, but you didn't buy, here's a coupon code. And it also will do like abandoned cart. So if somebody adds your product to the shop and then doesn't buy, then Etsy will send them another coupon that's like, hey, you left this on your cart and here's 20% off. So you can schedule those kinds of coupons to go on auto. Or one-time discount incentive for first-time buyers. I want to say that there's a way to do that, but I will have to double check for sure. The question is, should we use the holiday in the titles and tags while it's trending? I think you should focus on making your listing video, your listing photos more around whatever the holiday is. But it doesn't hurt to start adding. Honestly though, if you have a listing that's performing really well, I wouldn't touch the title or the listing photo if it's already doing well. But I have heard that some people, especially people that sell like physical products, will like duplicate their current listing and then switch out the current listing photo to be something more holiday for that holiday season. And they've had success with that as well. But again, if you ever have a listing that's performing well and getting sales for you, then don't mess with it, because if you go in there and make changes to it, then Etsy like starts the listing over again. And if it's doing well, we want to let it run. The holiday, when you are on a listing, it lets you select if there's an occasion that's attached to that listing. So that's where I would focus on putting the occasion. I would tag the occasion in that setting on Etsy. Oh shoot, sorry. It just loaded. Okay, hold on, I gotta scroll back up. Question is, what does SEO mean? SEO is search engine optimization. So SEO basically comes down to understanding exactly what terms people are using to search for your product in Etsy. So we're asking, what do people type in the search bar when they're looking for my product? And then putting that search term and that search phrase in your titles, your tags, and your listing descriptions in order to show up. Whoop, my ring light stand is giving out. Okay, we'll see if that stands. And putting those everywhere in order to show up in that search. So SEO, search engine optimization. We're optimizing our listings for the search engine. Oh, thank you. I always get so many compliments on this. And I got it at TJ Maxx 2 years ago. And I feel like I need to go on Etsy and like find one that somebody handmade or something, so I can tell people like where to actually go get one, because I feel bad I got it so long ago. Question is, I don't know which to start with. SVG, resume, templates, printable art, wedding invitations, baby shower invitations. Out of all of those, I would say invitations are the most profitable. If you're passionate about something else, then that's something to consider. But I think of all of those, invitations are going to make you the most money. Question is, what's my Facebook group? My Facebook group is exclusive to my course members. So if you'd like to join my online course, that is where I teach you guys start to finish video tutorials, exactly how to sell digital templates on Etsy. So if you're just getting started, definitely check that out. It's something I created to really hold your hand. If you're somebody that likes to see every little click and have your hand held like I do, especially when you're learning something new, then that's a great fit. So definitely check that out. There's also a free guide in my bio as well. And then once you're inside the course, the Facebook group is linked under the bonus section. So be sure to add yourself if you are and you haven't added yourself in, definitely go do that as well. The Facebook group is really such a great support system as well. Question is, how do you recommend figuring out pricing for digital products? I recommend going on Etsy and scrolling through what people are charging for the product you're thinking about selling. Especially look at those bestsellers, and then I like to price mine just a little bit less than whatever the best-selling product is. So if the best-selling product's $5, then I'll put mine at like $4.99, $4.50, something like that. Especially when you're new shop and you don't have any sales yet. I don't ever like to price myself more than the bestseller when I'm first starting out. Question is, have you looked into selling your templates as NFTs? I haven't sold my any of my like Etsy templates as NFTs, but I have an entire NFT collection. Actually, I have 2 NFT collections that I created. Like, one is called Crypto Mermaids, and it has like, I want to say it has like 75 variations. Like, it's a whole collection, like different tail color, different eye color, different hair color, different flower in her hair color, like this whole collection, as well as a different one that's like a 90s trading cards kind of thing I've created. I spent so long creating these NFTs last year and they did nothing. I think that if you really want to make, I mean, obviously I think there are those like one-offs that do get in there and they do amazing NFTs and they like make $1 million overnight, and we love that journey for them. But I think like it's a lot harder to be successful in NFTs than people think. You really need to have a what's it called? Not an incentive. It's like a utility. You really need to have a utility behind whatever your NFT is. You need to have a whole project. If you don't have much of a following, it's really, really hard to like make your project known, to actually make money and profitable. It's a lot into it that I didn't know until I got into it. And so if you want NFT to be like the focus of, you know, of your business, it will take a lot of time and effort marketing and creating that buzz for whatever your thing is. And then having a utility behind whatever your NFT is really helps as well. So that's just what I've learned so far. Obviously, everyone's having different experiences, but from my experience, I really regretted spending so much time creating NFTs because I wasn't willing to put in time marketing. Especially, it's a lot of Twitter marketing, a lot of, what's that one? It's not Tinder. You know what I'm talking about? Like, what's that one? The, like, NFT crypto world, like, messaging place? No. Discord. It's a lot of Discord, which it's just not my favorite thing to do. So I decided not to really focus there, but I think it is a great place to be. If you're willing to put that time and effort and focus there, I think it's awesome. Question is, how do you stand out in a saturated market? My number one suggestion for standing out in a saturated market is to one-up your competitors. So go on there, and if you're a bestseller, if the best-selling item is like, let's just say a 20-page ebook and they're selling it for $15, then I would sell a 25 or a 30-page ebook for $12 and undercut them with a better product and start getting sales like that. Another way, if you have a really saturated market and you're going to be fighting to even show up in that search, is to use social media. And so if you don't want to do a lot of social media marketing, then selling something less saturated is probably a better fit for you. If you don't mind social media marketing, then I think you can have a lot of success if you utilize that tool. And if you have to pick between all of the social media networks, I would say focus on TikTok and Pinterest. Those two are going to make you the most money and difference for whatever you're selling. Question is, with invitations, if you use a superhero, will it get removed? If you use anything that's trademark or copyrighted, then yes, I would definitely take it down. Question is, would you put wedding and baby shower invitations in the same shop? Yes, all of that. I think you can have an entire shop made around just invitations. So just your shop is digital invitations for whatever occasion. Yeah, the passive income course is going to take you to that Facebook group. Question is, do you use your personal Etsy account when you do screen recordings? I would just log out of your Etsy shop and then just, is that what you're saying? Yeah, your Etsy account. Yeah, so I would just log out of your Etsy shop if you're doing some sort of screen recording for your listing videos. Yeah, I agree. If you're selling NFTs, I would definitely do OpenSea. OpenSea's where mine are listed. What's the other platforms for NFTs?
OpenSea, Discord?
No, like where you post them.
Oh, Rarible?
Rarible. Yeah, Rarible, OpenSea. Question is, question is, do you recommend using Etsy ads for marketing? Yeah, absolutely. Try them out. For me, it took about a week to start being profitable. So I ran in the red for a full week. I just did $5 a day. I think that's the minimum. And I just ran that for a full 7 days and I lost money. And then at that point, I started making sales. So it takes some time for your Etsy ads to understand who wants to see your product. So it does take some time for it to learn. In that learning phase, I lost money, but then after it figured it out, then I made back my money and then I just increased my ad spend budget and it started making more money like that. My other shop I ran ads on and I just didn't see it. It was just kind of like a breaking even, so I didn't. So of all my 4 shops, I only run ads every day on one of them and it makes sense for that shop. Etsy ads will bring you traffic. If you aren't getting sales from the traffic, then it's typically like a pricing issue or a listing photo issue. So those are some things you can try out, but I recommend everybody just try it. And if you're a brand new shop and you want to kind of like jumpstart your shop, you can also turn ads on for a few days just to get some traffic. But yeah, I think they're definitely worth trying. Question is, can we use blacklisted words in your subtitle? I mean, if you're using it as part of a different phrase, like the word digital, or just the word like digital or the phrase digital download are super competitive. But if you were saying, hey, I sell digital printable invitations, so I use that word digital and I use that word printable, but I said invitations in it, so now it's a different search phrase, that one's more powerful. So you can use, whatever words you want, but I think that some will do better than the other ones. And I really would type in whatever you're thinking about putting there. I would put it in Marmalade and just see how competitive it is. And then it will also make suggestions to you. So it's like, oh, that one that you typed in was super competitive. Here's another alternative that's not as competitive. And then you can very easily switch that out. Because sometimes it shows me things I wasn't thinking of, which is kind of nice. And again, Marmalade has a free trial. So just go in there, check it out, get all that good stuff, that good info. And then you don't have to subscribe after if you don't want to keep using it after your free trial. And they don't take credit card or anything up front, so you just go make an account. The question is, what dimensions for vertical listing photos? I do Instagram story or TikTok video dimensions, and I could pull that up for you. Let me see. Okay, so Instagram story dimensions are 1080 by 1920. So that's what I used. Question is, can you talk about the Disney copyright? Basically anything that Disney owns is under Disney copyright and trademark and is technically illegal to use without explicit permission or purchase rights from Disney. Etsy, with their new budget, you probably heard that they increased their Etsy fees. With that new budget, they are cracking down on intellectual property. And so previous to this, we've seen a lot of copyright infringement, especially Disney products all over Etsy, and Etsy's really coming down on that. So if you have a new shop or you even have a current shop and you have a lot of Disney content, I recommend taking it down. If you do get an Etsy account shut down by Etsy, you can never open up another Etsy shop with your IP address. So it's not even like just the bank account or just your social security number, anything like that. Is the IP address of your computer. So if you get an Etsy shop shut down, you cannot open again. If you have multiple Etsy shops and one of them gets shut down, they all get shut down. It gets shut down by IP address. So I personally don't think it's worth the risk in selling any copyrighted or trademark material, especially Disney, which is a huge target. If you've been doing $1 a day and you're getting views but no sales, $1 a day is really low budget to really learn anything. So it would take much longer for Etsy to learn who is going to see your stuff with $1 a day budget. That's why they say $5 minimum, because $1 a day is just gonna it's going to be a lot harder to see any sort of results with $1 a day. So I wouldn't do less than $5 a day. I don't think you're going to see any, at least I haven't seen anybody have results with only $1 a day. So I would try $5 a day for a week, or if you are seeing views but no sales, then that's when I would revisit your listing photos, your pricing, and then also explore adding more products. You always want to be adding as many products as possible too, which can really, really help. Yeah, custom and customizable are very saturated keywords, which I wouldn't use unless they were part of something else, like customizable bridal shower invitation. I'm sure that's also a very saturated phrase, but things like that where you're using that word as part of a bigger search phrase. Question is, how soon do you list designs before their intended market season? Example, Mother's Day, ASAP. I always leave my holiday listings up year round because, like I said, people start searching for holiday listings 3 to 4 months or 3 to 5 months before the actual holiday. And this applies to Pinterest as well. So if you're using Pinterest for your Etsy shop, it's a great thing all the way around to be selling seasonal products. Like I said, Mother's Day products are already selling and trending right now. So if you go on Etsy, type in Mother's Day, blah, 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 products, gifts, whatever, you're going to see a bunch of bestsellers. That means they're selling often right now. So I would definitely start putting Mother's Day up as soon as possible, and then immediately after Father's Day, immediately after 4th of July. I recommend just always having your holiday content in your shop. You just would be surprised at how early people start buying that stuff. Question is, best tips for a new store with some sales. It's slow with no reviews. Keep adding new products. A lot of times, one of the number one mistakes I see people make when they open a new shop is they put up like 10 listings and then they just kind of wait. They just pause and they're like, okay, I'm not going to do anything more unless I get any more sales. And then that really stunts any growth that you were going to have. So when I first started, I was doing like 3 to 5 new listings a day. I was just put so much effort into that. And the more listings you have, the more chance you had to be found in search, the faster you're going to start seeing results and reviews and all of that stuff. And my first review I didn't get for until my 2nd month in, and I was still getting sales throughout the whole time. So reviews don't definitely help, but you're still going to be able to get sales without reviews as well. So I would definitely just focus on adding as many new products as possible and doing Pinterest in the meantime. I do all of the Etsy audits in the order that I received them. So I'm just plugging along my little list. I think I have so after from now until whichever ones got added. Did you add tonight's already, Blake?
What?
To the list?
Yeah, they add automatically.
Oh, they add automatically. So tonight I did number 108. And I have 157 total on my list so far. So it will take a little bit of time for me to get through it. Sorry guys, my contacts are drying out. Question is, what if you make dog bandanas and use like a Disney princess fabric? That's a really good question. That's something that I'm not sure on. I'll have to look into that. I know that they don't want you to use the word Disney or Disney inspired in your listing titles, tags, or descriptions. So it would be hard to even... That's a good question. I'm going to look into that one. Question is, if I'm selling physical items and digital, is it best that they're separate from each other? It depends on if they're in the same niche or not. Like if you were selling bridal shower invitations and you wanted to sell bridal shower shirts to go with your invitations, and that's all serving the same niche. So if someone clicks on your invitation, they see the shirts, they might buy both, or vice versa. But if you're selling, like dog bandanas, and then you also wanted to sell bridal shower invitations, those are very different niches. And I, at that point, recommend separating them. So I recommend focusing on niche and making a shop serve that niche and or product. If you're making like all invitations product, or like a shop, or just like so you could do a shop that's like, oh, I just sell invitations for any occasion. Or you could do a shop that's like, I create all the products you need for a bridal shower and wedding events. I mean, those are two kind of ways that you could niche down a shop. Question is, many people favorite my items but not purchase. How can I increase sales? I would say test out your pricing. Make sure that you have your auto coupon on Etsy set. So when people favorite that, Etsy will automatically send them a coupon code. Make sure that's turned on. And then I'd also play around with your listing photos and see if that helps get any more purchases. Yeah, that's what I would test out. Those are the three things. So pricing and listing photos. I guess it's just two things. Yeah, those are the two things that I would recommend playing around with to see if that helps you. Oh, and the coupon, that's what it was. Turn on the coupon, check out, revisit your pricing, and then also revisit listing photos and see if any of those things make a difference, because a lot of times it's one of those things that makes a big difference. Question is, do the free Etsy listing expire? No, they don't. And you can see if you guys do want 50 or 40 free Etsy listings, there's a link in my bio. If it's a brand new shop, you haven't opened up a shop yet and you want to open up a shop, you can click that link to get 40 free listings. And it's not actually my link, it's one of my students' links. So I'm trying to help out my students get free Etsy listings, and so that would be super helpful for her. I do live Etsy audits every Thursday at 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Oh, that's interesting. So she's saying, this commenter saying that the fabric itself will usually say not for commercial use, but you can buy rights. So check out whatever fabric you're using and see what the commercial use rights on that fabric are. And again, like she said, you can buy rights to Disney. They are very expensive, just so you know. Yes, you can link your shops in your about section or even the description. You can absolutely do that. If you have multiple Etsy shops and you want to be like, hey, if you like this stuff, you might also like my other store, and you can link that in your listing descriptions, your shop, anywhere. You can absolutely do that. Etsy used to actually prefer when you did that, but they don't. That's old now. They don't care about that, but it is something you absolutely can do. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. I am exhausted, and I don't know if you guys follow my other TikTok account, but our car battery died today and we were trying to go to the zoo. It was the whole thing. So I have to get up early tomorrow because we are going to actually finally take our kids to do something fun on spring break now that our car is all fixed up. So I gotta get to... Oh. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, seriously, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment on one of my TikTok videos. I try to reply to all my comments. And then if you want to, the step-by-step video instructions start to finish on how to start selling digital products on Etsy, then check out my online course, which is linked in my bio. I also have a free guide in there as well. And the Facebook group is also a part of that. And yeah, anyways, thanks so much for being here, guys. I hope this was helpful. And again, I will be doing this next week as well. So after this, I will be putting this on YouTube. And then I also will be scheduling out the next one. And you can register for the next one on my bio. And when you register, it basically will notify you as soon as I go live. So, and that'll help you stay on top of it as well. Anyways, thank you guys so much. And again, I will be back here next week. Have a good night.